There's your starting five for the Hokies, along with Nelson, Wenzel, really a second point guard in the backcourt. Wells knocks down the first points of the game. Here is Carmody, passes it back out. McGee playing the shoulder brace, drives, fearless on the inside. It was 16 points, a career high in ACC play for Suffren, who missed all but 10 games last season due to a shoulder injury. And you can see what that one meant to Wenzel.
Harley Wenzel, I like how she gets all the way to the rim, not settling for a floater, which is where BC has taken charges these first couple possessions. Uses her size.
Mel Daly in off the bench, and Suffren up and in for two. They'll need those at some point to be sure. Baker. That's how it's done. It's one we'll never forget, that's for sure.
That was a fun one.
Daly.
Trying to find their way on the right side of the bubble. You've got to beat a team like Boston College. So even outside of those big games, the Duke Stanfords of the world, every game is big for a lot of these teams today.
All right, Kelly, just for you.
Yes.
A look at the net right now in the ACC.
Well, you look at Virginia Tech. For the Hokie fans watching this game, they're at 51 in the net. To feel really good about an at-large bid.
It's been a bit up and down. Had them against Pitt last weekend as Nelson slices through to the fence.
And Freelon with the pass, not Karis Baker. And Mackenzie Nelson, good finish inside.
She's got 5 points in the game, but a nice spark off the bench. But Daly right back the other way.
BC does not have a single offensive rebound, and that speaks to Virginia Tech clearing the glass and pushing the pace when they do. Good pass inside by Layla Wells. Freelon understands that help side, that is a much smaller player in Tomlinson. Listed at 5'5", that may be generous.
Got to get back the other way, though. The Hokies saw an opening, and Layla Wells took advantage of it. She has 5.
In Karis Baker, and Baker, more often than not, will knock that down.
Rolfe picked up her second foul. Freelon going to work again. Sophie Swanson, the Purdue transfer on the floor for Virginia Tech. Wearing number 31, player who loves to shoot the three. Give her a look, you know she's gonna take it. And
sitting on the bench, she's a little cold, but she comes in, catches that ball in rhythm, lets it fly, doesn't even think about it, and knocks it down. That's gotta feel great.
As a sophomore, so yeah, that's her bread and butter.
Yeah.
Just needs to get that flowing a little bit here with the Hokies. Nelson in the flow for sure.
And there's a good pass, who was a sharpshooter, also a transfer from the Big Ten. They've got to find a way to get some of that production from beyond the arc that Eck gave them last year.
For Coach Mack's team, and that pass just off the mark as Rolfe was running through, but it wound up in the hands of Nelson, who puts it up and in. You're allowed multiple touches now. That's a change, but they have to be those hot stove touches. You cannot have sustained contact like that on the ball handler.
Correct.
Wenzel short on her three-point attempt, but the offensive rebound from the freshman, Anaya Trent, is good.
We're seeing that play in her confidence.
A drive to the basket. No lack of confidence for Suffren either. Possession.
Maya Suffren can really fly. To your point, Jen, she can elevate. She has such a quick first step, finishing through contact, and it was hard for her last year.
What is most important for them? Like, what do you think Coach Duffy is trying to impart to this team at this point in the game?
I think she wants to see them take good shots. One thing she talked to us about was their three-point shooting, and that's a great pass from Mackenzie Nelson.
I could list them all, but then we'd be here all game. But I know how much, you talked often about how much it meant to have your family, and Raven in particular, there cheering you on. I would ask what's on the playlist, but I know there's a lot of T-Swift for both of you,
oh,
so
yeah.
hopefully.
True.
There's a three, Karis Baker. Sophie Swanson, the Purdue transfer, able to get the ball up the floor to Wells, who just stays with it. And man, that offensive glass has been good to the Hokies today. Did not play much at Syracuse in that win for Virginia Tech, but she's also been inspired off the bench today as Wenzel. Yeah, you could really see the Look on her face said an awful lot. She knows what she means to this team, wants to be out there helping them, as Baker hasn't even attempted a field goal in this game. That is not a good sign for your leading scorer. But you're right, the foul trouble has been a storyline for her all day long. Kaya Henderson, the guilty party for BC. Baker, so smooth. Greer, drive and tough basket attempt. Won't go for her on the road. Unfriendly rim to be sure. And then it is a beautiful finish the other way for Suffren. Oh, nice dish inside. Baker, the beneficiary. Daly all the way to the basket for two. Virginia Tech, impressive in their performance this afternoon. 78-56, the 500th program win in Castle Coliseum. That's got to bring what they already got biscuits for a point earlier. So.